Welcome to Kaike Best Sewing Tutorials, and in today's episode we'll be diving deep into a very fundamental skill, a very basic one but very key for every designer and a seamstress, which is how to read a tape measure like a pro. So guys, come closer. Join me as we explore the tape measure, as we break down those tiny and tricky markings on the tape measure. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful tutorials on mastering the art of fashion and design. Let's get started. So guys, a tape measure can read in two measurements. One, it can read in inches. These are inches. This reads in inches. And also it can read in centimeters. On this other side, we have the centimeters side. For this tutorial, we'll be learning how to use the inches part. Now, let's focus on the tape measure. If you look at these tape measures, we have two types of them right here. Each inch, these are the inches, 1, 2, 3, those are the inches. Let's focus on maybe 1 inch, only this part. If you look at this 1 inch, it's divided into different portions. For this tape measure differs from this other tape measure. If we look at this, it's divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we look at this other tape measure, it's further divided into more portions. If you look at it, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 16. So this one is divided into 16 parts, while this one is divided into 8 parts. Most of them will look as this one, which is divided into 8 parts. So let's focus on this one. So if you look at this, it's divided into 4 quarters and into 8 eighths. So these are the quarters. You have 1 quarter, the second one, third, and fourth. Further, we have 8 eighths, that is the first eighth, the second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. I transferred the measurements on this part of the paper, piece of the paper. So as you can see, this is 0, this is 1, that makes 1 inch. In between, it's divided into 4 quarters. That is the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter. So we read this as a quarter, which is also 0.25. This is a half, which is equivalent to 0.5. This is 3/4, which is equivalent to 0.75. Someone may be asking, why is a quarter equivalent to 0.25? This is simply 1 divided by 4. So 1 divided by 4, this is 0, as we always do. Point at that is 2, that is 8, that is 2 subtract, then you get a 0, that is 520. So that's how you get 0.25. The same case applies to a half, that is 1 divided by 2, you get your 0.5. Same case for 3/4, that is 3 divided by 4, you get 0.75. So this is how you read it for the 4 quarters. Now remember, the 4 quarters is further divided into 8 other parts. In between 0 and a quarter, there's another part. In between this and this, there's another one. Let's see how it looks. Once we put in the extra portions from the previous piece of paper that we had, now we have 8 portions. So in between 0 and a quarter, we have an eighth. So we have 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 1 over 8 and this is 2 over 8. So as we said, this is 1 over 8, this is 2 over 8. So how does 2 over 8 become a quarter? This is 2 over 8. This gives you 1, this gives you 4. That is simply a quarter. This is 3 over 8. This is a half, which is equivalent to 4 over 8, which will give you half. So that is a half. This is 5 over 8. 3 over 8, which is equivalent to, because this is the 6th eighth, this is 6 over 8, which will definitely give you 3 over 4. This is the 7th one, 7 over 8, and this is the 8th 8. The 8th 8, which is 8 over 8, that one will give you 1. Play. So guys, from this piece of paper, we have our 1 inch, which is divided into 8 portions, which same applies to our tape measure. As you can see, in between these, we have 8 portions. So let us convert these fractions into decimals so that we can now read our tape measure. So guys, once we convert our fractions into decimals, this is what we have. Remember how I showed you how we convert? This is simply 1 divided by 8. This is what we get. You can always use your calculator to do the mathematics, but once you get used to using the tape measure and reading, it's very, very easy. This is our 8 over 8, which gives us 1. So as you can see, we have now converted the fractions into decimals. So this is 0, this is 0 0.125, 0 0.25 according to the chart that I've just shown you. So let us go to our tape measure and read these measurements from our tape measure. From our tape measure now, having in mind the decimals that we've already converted, from the 8 portions in between 1 inch. So this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3. So in between, let's focus on this one because here we have a metal, we cannot see the portions in here. Let's work with in between 1 and 2. So from the portions that we have, this is already 1.125, 1.05, 1.375, 1.5, 1.625, 1.75, 1.875, and this is 1. So as you continue, we read this part. This will be 2.25. This will be 2.5, 2.75. This is 3. In between, this will be 2.125, 2.25, 2.375, 2.5, 2.625, 2.75, 2.875, and this is 3. So let's do it practically. Let's measure some lines here. Let us do it practically. We have a few lines over here. Let's do it practically. We have a few lines here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do it practically. We'll be measuring these lines for us to do it practically, for us to do practice with these lines. So let's start with the first one, the first line. So the first line, what does it give us? This is 1, 2, all the way to 10. So this is 10 inches. 10 inches. On to the next line, we have from 0 all the way 6, 7. Our line ends here. So if we look at this is 7. This is one of the portions. So in between here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 portions. So what is that? That is 4 over 8, which gives you 4 over 8 gives you half. So this is 7.5. So this is 7.5. We have another line here. So if we look at this is 8. Then here we only have 2 portions. Remember, our inches from this tape measure is divided into 8 portions. So this is the first portion, second. So this is the second portion over 8 portions. So 2 over 8. 2 over 8 will give you 1 and 4, which is 0.25. So 2 over 8 we said gives you 0.25. So this is 8.25. 8.25. 8.25 for this line. The next line, our line ends here. This is where it ends. So we have 9 here. Then we have, how many portions do we have? This is the in between. Then we have 2 extra portions, which is 6 over 8, which is 3 over 4. 3 over 4 is 3/4. So this is 9 and 3/4, or rather 9.75. The last but not the least, here is our another line. As you can see, this is where the line ends here. So if we place our tape measure very well, it ends on the first portion after 8. So the first portion, remember, it's divided into 8. This is 1 over 8. If you convert 1 over 8, remember it was giving us 0.125. So this is 8.125. Thank you guys for tuning into this tutorial on how to read measurements using the tape measure. And guys, you just got yourself a very important skill. And now you're on your journey to taking appropriate measurements. So keep practicing and be tuned in for more and more updates on more secrets and more insightful secrets on fashion and design and sewing. See you in our next episode where we'll be learning how to take body measurements. Cheers!
Hallelujah.